Hey guys, my name is Mike Munzing with Munzing Mortgage Group. It's that great time again where OCAR's got their magazine out for the realtors. It's a great one. I'll be right back with the details. Okay, every couple of months, OCAR, or now Orange County Realtors, comes out with their tremendous magazine. They put so much effort into that. It used to be every month, now it's every other month, so they can just pack it full of so much more good stuff. This issue, as you will see, is really focused on realtors, your safety, and politics, which is always fun for me. So we'll go through it, you'll see what I mean. What I want to point out first is the costume bowl. Now, the costume bowl's fun, really encourage you to go, but I love Halloween, and I thought this looked really cool with the skull and all the little Halloween stuff. So that's a fun one to be at there in Lake Forest at the costume bowl. Okay, now for the first article from Tammy. She's the president of the Orange County Realtors. She's going over the reason for the new name. It's got the new logo, once again the new name, very exciting, looking good, and just the whole ideas and plans and concept behind that whole thing. Interesting reading for you. And then an article from Steve White, the president of the California Realtors, and this is on Inman Connect, Real Estate Summit, and Reimagine. It's a whole big event, a whole summit they had, goes into a lot of details on that, really interesting information. And then an article from my friend Diane Harkey, who's currently on the Board of Equalization running for Congress. But Diane writes an article on Prop 13, the importance of Prop 13, how it still benefits you and your buyers and your owners, and it really goes into the detail there. She says, at the age of 40, now that's Prop 13, the People's Initiative to Limit Property Taxation continues to protect both long-term homeowners and recent home purchasers from erratic fluctuations in our property tax assessments. Really good information. It's an important issue. The folks in Sacramento are trying to get rid of that, and being in real estate, that would be quite a detriment to our business. Okay, now for the fun section of the magazine, and this is the names in the news. When I mentioned politics, elections are coming. A lot of folks in the local offices are running. We're really backed by the Orange County Realtors, and the Realtors are working on electing those who are really favorable and friendly to real estate. In the first page here, you've got some of the local, well, Aliso Viejo, which is my city, and right in the middle there in the corner is Garrett Dwyer. He's a lender out here. And really, if you live in Aliso Viejo or know anybody there, have them vote for Garrett. Also, I'll show you later, Dave Harrington, but Aliso's great. But also has Dana Point and Huntington Beach and the 49th District with Diane Harkey in the corner here. And on to the next page, we've got, well, who's up in the corner? I'm up there with some of the folks in Laguna Niguel and some of the other cities. It's just a lot of the events that are going on, the names in the news. It's always fun. Then a couple pages later, Pat Bates has a couple of pictures in there. She's our state senator down here in the South Orange County area. She's doing a great job. Then over in Huntington Beach, they had an event for Barbara Del Glaze. Barbara's great. She's a council member there. Also a very great realtor in that Huntington Beach area. So you got Lou Penrose and Barbara and Jeff Snow and a bunch of others in there. So just folks we know. I think, yeah, Derisi's right up front there as well, which is great. Then on we go to the realtor safety issue, the cover story issue on realtor safety. And this is the next page here is the 13 ways to stay safe. They give just a bunch of different pointers and tips on how to stay safe. Little things like always carry your cell phone in an accessible area, drive separately to the open houses, vet prospective clients, just real common sense items. I'm not going to go over all 13, but really look through those. Make sure you're not making some major mistakes and putting yourself at risk. The next is a little section on how to stay cyber safe in the digital age, and just some pointers and tips there, because being at a home and being at risk is one thing, but our computers and our information is at risk as well. So really good to cover that. Then the next page, we've got the protect your home against the wildfires. And we saw that recently just in Aliso Viejo. We had the fire in the canyon there. That was it was exciting certainly, but it was scary as well. And we need to keep our home safe. Gives you a lot of pointers and tips on that. Then continuing with the safety issue is the gadgetry section. Really cool. They're talking about 2 apps for your different phones that are there for personal safety and increased community communications and awareness. And the first is Forewarn. That is an app for personal safety. It kind of covers that here. And then on the next page, it's got one for Pulse Point. It's a community awareness app which lets you know more what's going on in the community. A couple of good apps to keep you aware, keep you safe. Then we move on to more of the political side again, which is just covering the vetted candidates from the realtor's perspective. It says realtor-friendly candidates. And on the next page here, it's got pictures from a lot of the surrounding cities. Once again, Lisa Viejo up in the corner there with Dave Harrington and Garrett Dwyer. Moving on down Dana Point, Fountain Valley, right on down the list so you can watch when you're voting if you live in that city. If you farm in that city, you may want to use that with your home buyers as well and home sellers and your farm to let them know who's a good realtor-friendly candidate to vote for in November. Then on the November 6th ballot as well, we will have some propositions. And Tony Capitelli has written an article in the paper here covering many of the propositions and what will be on the ballot and covering each one, giving you the details so you can read through that and know what's going to be on the ballot. Now, this is certainly a big picture of Bob Wolf. Many of you if you've sold real estate down here in South Orange County, you've met Bob Wolf. He is a great guy, tons of energy, been out here forever, over 40 years. But a Bob Wolf's dilemma, he talks about having to be a realtor or a priest and how that all ties in. It's kind of a fun article, but it's a Q&A and conversation with Bob Wolf. Then getting towards the back of the magazine here, we got Stephen Thomas, our friend, economist, great guy. He really lets us know what's going on. He says this is no longer a seller's market. He's talked about that in his bi-weekly report. It's really a balanced market, and he goes into the details on that. Then on to a recent agreement between the Fire Authority and the Sheriff's Department here in Orange County, and who's going to be in charge of the joint air operations. It's all the helicopter stuff. Who's going to be responding to what? On the next page, we've got a picture of the helicopter here, and just last week, being a city councilman, I have to go up sometimes and check out the area where the fires were. Yeah! I got to go up in the helicopter as well. Same helicopter, so that was a lot of fun, but I want to point that out. It's always a good time. And finally, the last article that I want to mention is a little section on celebrating some of our unsung heroes, the volunteers, some of our realtors who are volunteering. It goes into some of the great folks you know out there. You might want to look at that, see who you know. And if you get a chance to volunteer in all different ways, whether it be food banks or candidates or elections or however you can volunteer and give back, it is a great way to stay involved. It's great for the soul, great for the spirit, and I really highly encourage you to look into doing that as well. Well, this is a great magazine. Hopefully you'll learn from it. It's a lot of good information. It's a lot of stuff you can share with your clients, with your farm, whatever. You can look it up, do more research, and really use that in your marketing. So it's a really, really good opportunity. Hey, we got a beautiful weekend coming up. Fall's here. The weather's cooling down. It's fantastic. Definitely give me a call. Once again, my name is Mike Munzing. Munzing Mortgage Group. I've been out here over 30 years. You can reach me anytime at 949-689-5626. I have information, articles, and such over at my website at www.mikemunzing.com, along with a quick application there as well. But I would love to help your buyers get them approved quickly. Things seem to be picking up a bit. Had a great few days here with some new buyers. So call me anytime. I'm here for you. Here for your buyers. Well, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless this beautiful country. We've got a great end of the year coming up, and I'd love to work with you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.